Accept greetings from me. I'm called Maturin. So today I would like to take you on another episode on how we plot support and resistance. Okay, so support and resistance is one of the most widely used concept in forex trading. Okay, so you are going to need it a lot in your trading. Okay, so it's good you study it and you know it very well how to plot support and resistance. Okay, so so there's something I would like to okay, let me just draw. Okay, just imagine the market is moving up, making a retracement up, making a retracement up, making a retracement up. Okay, and also consider the market moving down. Okay, make a retracement, continue down, make a retracement, continue down, make a retracement, and continue down. So now, um, support the highest point reached, okay, in the market is what we call resistance. Okay, so this is it. Let me just indicate it here. So this is what we call resistance. Okay, resistance, and the lowest point reached in the market is what we call support. The lowest point reached is what we call support. Okay, so this is the highest point reached resistance, the lowest point support, the highest point resistance, the lowest point support. Okay, so coming this other way, when the market is going down, okay, the highest point reached up is what we call resistance. Okay, the same concept apply when the highest point up is what we call the resistance, and the lowest point down is what we call support. Okay, the highest point is what we call resistance, the lowest point is what we call support. Okay, you need to understand it very well because this concept you need it a lot in your trading. So resistance, support. Okay, so now why is this concept of support and resistance so important? Okay, now we need to understand that trading, we have two factors that affecting are affecting the price. We have what we call the fundamental analysis, I also have the technical analysis. Okay, so now when we talk about fundamental analysis, I'll speak about that. I'll speak about that some other time in another video. And now, when we talk about fundamental analysis, we're talking about economy news. Okay, things happening in a country that can affect the currency. Okay, so now when we talk about technical analysis, now we are talking about going to past event, what has happened in the past on the chart. Okay, to then determine what will likely happen in future, so that we know how we take a trade. So now, um, uh, support and resistance is a very strong concept when it comes to technical analysis. That is very important that you know it and you know it very well. Okay, so now I will go to the chart and I'm going to explain some other basic things you need to understand. Then I'm going to plot support and resistance so that you understand it very well. So this is the chart. So this is my USD JPY. So I'm going to be using the chart of my USD JPY as an example. Okay, and this is a daily time frame. Okay, we are on the daily chart time frame. So now what I would like to, as you can all see, this is what has been happening in the past. So plotting our support and resistance, or identifying our support and resistance on the chart, will help us to know where this market can likely make some retracement. Okay, so as you can see, the market has been going up, and as I said, the the lowest point reached is what we call support. Okay, and the highest point reached is what we call resistance. Okay, so this is our support, and this is our resistance. So now if I clone it, here we have support. I clone this one, here we have resistance. Okay, here we have resistance up here. Okay, here we have support, here support, resistance. Okay, there are so many of them. There are so many of them. So this is this point here is the lowest point support, the highest point resistance, lowest point support, highest point resistance, lowest point support. Okay, the lowest point support and the highest point resistance, highest point resistance. Okay, so there are so many of them that we can identify on the chart. Okay, so I just want you to understand how to identify them, support and resistance. Okay, so now what we need to do is that we need to 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 be able to plot support and resistance. We need 2 points. Okay, 2 or more points to be able to plot our support and resistance. Okay, so here this is a resistance here. Okay, so now there's something I would like to uh, first of all do. I would like to plot, then you will be able to see. Okay, so okay, this is our chart. I've opened it very well so that it can be very visible. Okay, so this is a support, and I clone it. This is another support. It's another one. A bit. This is another one. This is another one. So now when I plot, to plot the support, we need 2 point. Need to connect 2 point, okay, or more to form a support level or a resistance level, so that when next the price is approaching that area, okay, we are going to be able to um, take a trade, and then hoping that it is going to reverse. Okay, so now, okay, just imagine I plot my support as a line. Okay, as a line. Okay, you see that. Okay, at this year, this is where the market made a rejection at okay, at 140.444. Okay, and here it made a retracement at 139.660. Here it made a retracement at 139.921. Okay, so you see that this in all these areas, the price in which the market made retracement, it differs. Okay, so that's why I'm going to come up with the first concept, that we plot our support and resistance as a zone and not just a line. Okay, as a zone. So let me plot it as a zone. So how do we plot it as a zone? Okay, we need to join 2 points. As I told you, two or more points. Also, what am I to easily plot this support and resistance? It's always good to use a line chart. Okay, because on the line chart, it shows you just the closing price. But when we look at the candlestick, okay, chart, it shows us the week. You see, as you can see here, this is the week. It shows us the week. But on the line chart, or come to a line chart, it shows us just the closing price. Okay, so you plot your support. As I said, you plot your support and resistance as a zone. Okay, so it's a zone. I don't know what's happening with my mouse. Plot it as a zone, as you can see. So I'll send it for further, so that because the essence of drawing your support and resistance is to determine, is to actually determine what happened in future, so that when the price comes back to that zone, you'll be able to take a trade. So this is how we plot it. Okay, plot it as a zone. Then we go back to the candlestick chart. So currently we see that the market made a rejection here, a rejection here, another rejection here on this zone. Okay, so we are expecting that if price enters this zone again, there's a high probability that the market is going to go up. Okay, so this is support. Now let's go to plotting a resistance. As I said, you can go to the first thing is to spot two points. Like as you can see, I can spot as this one. I spot this rejection here and this one here. Okay, so I can join them. As I said before, you can use a line chart, but I'll just plot it like that. Okay, it, to easily do it, or to do it well, it's good you plot it on a line chart. So as you can see, I'm trying to connect these two points here. Okay, so this resistance. Okay, so now that's beautifully plotted. I can spot another one here. Okay, So this one, the, there was a, this is a resistance level, the highest point reached, okay, highest point reached, highest point reached, okay, and you connect two of them. So we plot this support and resistance so that when the market is approaching these zones, we are expecting something to happen. Either there will be a rejection or there will be a break. Okay. Now, what I would like to share again with you is that you need to understand that when the price passes through support or resistance, that resistance could that resistance or support could potentially become a support or resistance. Okay, let me just use one. If a if when the price passes through a resistance, okay, this is a resistance. If a price passes through it, that resistance line can potentially become a support, okay. And when a price passes through a support line, break a support line, that support line could potentially become a resistance, okay. So, for example, this is here we have this is a resistance, okay. But looking at the third touch here, it break past and went up, and on coming back, this point acted as a this point this point here acted now as a support. When it came back and touched the line, it acted as a support. So when the market already went up, this line now became is a support. This line now acted as a support. Okay. So now another thing to also understand is that the more often the price tests a level of resistance or support without breaking it, the stronger the area of resistance or support is. Okay. So as you can see, the price came here first time, it made the rejection here, went up, also made the rejection here, went up, okay, and also came in the third time, went up. So the more often the price comes into this support without breaking it, it makes this support a very strong support, okay. So this is what you need to understand, and we also need to understand that when a support or a resistance level break, okay, and the strength of the follow through move depend on how strongly the broken support or resistance had been holding, okay. So for example, if here you see the this line, when it came up, this one now started acting as a support, but as we see, it break strongly, okay. And as we can see, the market continue to move down, down and down, okay. So how it break, how strong it break will determine how far the market is going to go, okay. So these are the things you need to understand about support and resistance. And also in the subsequent video, I'm going to show you how you can take a trade using support and resistance, okay. So I will show you how when you plot your support and resistance, you can be able to take a trade. So for now, I'll I would like you to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. So I'll be teaching you and showing more things that you need to know and you need to apply to your trading to become profitable, okay. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how we take a trade, okay, using support and resistance, okay. So please, you like the video and also you subscribe to the channel. Please do that. Thank you and God bless you.